What's going on, everybody out in YouTube land, and welcome back to another episode of GBA. In this episode, I'm going to do something pretty special, and I had no clue I was going to get my hands on this. I just happened to stop by Walmart today and found it sitting on a shelf and bought it. So today we're going to do an unboxing, and we're going to be unboxing the Sega Genesis Mini. So, as far as I'm understanding, this isn't supposed to be released till the 19th. So I must have just been able to get it early because somebody accidentally put it on the shelf. I'm not really sure. But very, very happy to have this. I knew I was going to pick one up as soon as I could. But like I said, I stopped in at Walmart today and I did not think I was going to get it today. But here it is. So I'm going to unbox this and kind of show you what's inside of the box. Give my first impressions of the system. I'm also going to kind of compare it to some of the other mini consoles that I have set in here. I'm going to compare it to the NES Classic Edition, and also I'm going to compare it to the last At Games HD Genesis that they released, which I play the At Games HD Genesis all the time, and I like it. I don't really have much problems with it. It's not perfect emulation, but for an At Games console, it does the job well. And most people who are not hardcore gamers don't know the difference, to be honest with you. But yeah, without further ado, let's kind of compare this and then we'll unbox it. So this is the actual box that the Sega Genesis Mini comes in. So we'll show the front. Here's the back. The top of the box. Bottom of the box. We got sides here. So yeah, the first impressions of the box is it's fantastic. I absolutely love the design. It looks great. It's going to be awesome to put this on a shelf with the other mini consoles that I have. But yeah, so for comparison's sakes, I've got the NES Classic box here. Which, you know, I love this box a whole lot too. These boxes look fantastic. But when you put them side by side, you know, the Genesis box is a little bit bigger. But not by a whole lot. But I absolutely love the looks of it. And I just wanted to kind of show it beside another mini console here. And then for comparison's sakes, this was the At Games HD Genesis that was released. And like I said, I've had a lot of fun playing this, so I don't really have much of a problem with it. But you know, for comparison's sakes, side by side here, obviously the At Games box is a whole lot bigger than this. But yeah, but so far I really like the design of this box way more than the design of this box. But all right, so let's pop this open and see what's inside here. There was no seal on there. You know, you could kind of just open it and see what's inside of it. But, you know, the NES Classic and the Super Nintendo Classic was like that too. They didn't have no tape on them or anything like that. So we'll pop this open. Alright, so the first things that we're going to pull out, I'm pretty sure, well, more than one thing came out. We'll do this first. So the first thing out of the box is actually an AC adapter. You know, the wall plug. Which it's awesome that this came with this because, as I'm sure a lot of you know, the PlayStation Classic didn't even come with an AC adapter. So it's great that they provided one for us. Kind of wish it had some Sega branding on it, but it doesn't. But, you know, it's alright. So AC adapter. So next up we have the controllers. They're in these little foam packages here. So they are USB controllers. I heard that the length of the cables is pretty good. I'm not going to actually open those right now and pull them out, but I did want to take a look at the actual controllers. So there's the front, and on the back, you know, it's got the Sega branding and stuff on there. Man, these look fantastic. It looks just like the Sega Genesis controller. I do wish, like many others, that this came with 6-button controllers, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers, I guess. And we can always just get the Retrobit 6-button controllers for it. But, yeah, my first impressions, it feels great. Feels like it's got good build quality. You know, got decent weight to it. The buttons and the D-pad feel great. But, yeah, so this looks fantastic. Very happy to get this, and I'm also very glad it came with 2 controllers. I'm not going to open this one because it'll be exactly the same as this. But yeah, so you've got the Sega Genesis controllers. Alright, so next thing out of the box, looks like we have our instruction manual. There's no real reason to open this up. We all know how this works. Alright, so next up we have this appears to be the actual power cord. So, you know, USB-C type, I think, power cord. Pretty basic stuff. Alright, next out of the box we have an HDMI cable. Once again, really happy it came with an HDMI cable. I mean, you know, I have plenty of HDMI cables laying around the house, but you never know when you're going to need another one, so really happy it came with the HDMI cable. I mean, you know, pretty basic HDMI cable. Alright, so last up in the box is this, which I'm guessing is the actual system. As you can see, the box is empty. But man, I love the design on this box. Alright, so this comes in a little brown box, like so. Kind of glad they did that, you know, for further protection or whatnot. But once we pop this open, this is what we've all been waiting for. The actual system. And once you open the box, it's in this plastic bag. Oh wow, look at this thing. Now tell me if that isn't a thing of beauty. So, you know, that's the top view, back view, front, and the actual rear of the unit where you plug in the HDMI and the AC adapter. So this actually has a protectant over the top of the system here, so we'll take that off. Oh wow, this thing looks fantastic. My childhood in a nutshell right here, guys. But yeah, so that looks absolutely great. I should have brought over my Genesis Model 1 to compare the two, but, you know, this is what a Genesis looks like. Everybody knows that. I love how the volume toggle goes up and down. On and off switch works. The reset button works. And like many have said in the previews of it, the flaps even open. Now, obviously, you can't put any cartridges in there, but it's still really neat that they put that in there, you know, to where it will open up. You know, the front, you got 2 controller ports, USB ports. And like many have said, the little expansion port where you plug in the Sega CD actually pops out too. I mean, just the attention to detail is fantastic. Alright, so we're going to compare this to the At Games HD Genesis. So this is the At Games Genesis. If you guys haven't seen this, I mean, this is a nice looking console too. I have, like I said, no problems with this. This does not have the volume toggle on it, but the on-off button works, the reset button works. And this one actually does take Genesis cartridges. You can actually put your Genesis games in here and it will play your Genesis games. I know it's not 100% compatibility though. But yeah, so this is the two side by side. As you can see, the Genesis Mini is a lot smaller than the At Games console. Like I said, both of them look good, but the Genesis that Sega made, it is definitely higher quality. Feels like it's higher quality and it looks like it's higher quality. So yeah. This little guy is actually probably either as heavy or a little bit heavier than the At Games console, and the At Games console, as you can tell, is a lot bigger. Alright, so now comparing the Genesis Mini to the Nintendo Mini, the Nintendo Classic here. As you can see, they're pretty similar in size. The NES Classic is a bit smaller, but not by a whole lot. The back. So yeah, it's fun to see how they measure up to each other, you know. All right. So thanks a ton, guys, for watching this video. And like I said, I'm very happy that I got this Sega Genesis Mini, especially since I don't think it was supposed to be on the shelf to begin with today. But yeah, thank you so much for watching GBA. And if you could, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please share this around to anybody that you know that might like this kind of content. And I really appreciate you guys watching. It means the world to me. And I guess I'm going to let you go now, and I'm going to go play some of this Genesis games. Alright guys, so see you later.